Okay.
What's going on, world? How is everybody tonight?
We're good.
Good. We got Jody and Chelsea with Brooke and Co.
Brooks and Co.
Sorry,
Don't
we
leave
don't
that off.
we don't rehearse.
It's live,
They
unscripted.
yeah, it's real. They recently, within the last 2 months, purchased Shelton's Jewelry.
That's right.
On Main Street, Heber Springs. And for all you dudes out there that are in the doghouse, these kind of folks can help you out.
That's right.
That's Jody's line.
Get
Actually,
right,
it's
get
mine.
right with the ladies.
So with that, I'm going to turn it over to them, let them tell you a little bit about themselves.
Get it.
How are y'all?
We're good. We're good. So, yeah, I'm Chelsea, and this is Jody, the repairman.
The repairman. Man.
And that actually covers a lot of ground. I've known Jody for a long time. He was like one of the first people that I met when we moved up here. And
I did not like Jody.
That's fair.
I think there was a lot of people that didn't like Jody. And
To be fair, though, Jody 20 years ago is not Jody today.
not Jody
so
today.
there's-
I agree.
That's I feel fortunate to count these two among friends because they truly are.
Same.
We love these guys. But
So the first comment that we've gotten
Oh, jeez.
is the building looks really nice painted.
Thank you. Yeah.
you.
We put a lot of work into the front of the building and inside, too, but really the front because we kind of wanted to stand out. So
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was
does.
a
It
little
looks good.
nervous with the white. You know, I didn't want to be basic, but y'all know me and my neutral colors.
I think it looks fantastic.
Thank you.
it looks
yeah,
good.
a lot of help there, too, though. We had the buddy of mine,
yeah.
Dustin, from work help me tear down the front of the building on where the windows were and replace all that and put decking up. And then Whitney Vaughn did all the painting and Lane Tubbs did the sign. And man, it really came together.
It pops when you come down the hill there. It stands out. Looks good.
Yeah.
It really does. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Tell us about yourselves. How long you been in Heber? You know, all the good stuff.
So I moved to Heber in 91, went to school, started first grade, graduated Heber, kind of Heber rat, if you will. I've been there my whole life. So that's pretty much me.
And I actually lived there off and on growing up. I first moved here when I was in fourth grade and moved away and came back. And so I've been here consecutively since 2008. Yeah, and actually graduated from Heber.
Nice.
So it's like it's always been like home. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all were pretty fortunate to know this place pretty well before we ever got the chance to come up here, but that's okay. We're catching up.
We think.
We think. So being a jewelry store, I'm guessing y'all sell jewelry.
Hey, one of the funniest things, so that's funny. When I was, listen, this is true though. When I was like shadowing under Tim and kind of learning the ropes on like what to do, and he said one of the funniest things you'll ever get asked is if you buy gold. And he's like, that's a loaded question. Like, we buy wholesale, we buy scrap, it's like we own a jewelry store. Of course we buy gold. But people will call and be like, do you buy gold? Why, yes, we do.
Yeah.
I've never been asked that question.
But that could go both ways, I would think. I mean, because I do all jewelers, in the sense that they're asking that question, do all jewelers, you think, buy
I
gold?
really don't know.
I mean,
don't know.
We do.
in one sense, they all do, or else they're selling
Yeah.
not gold jewelry. But
Right.
yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah. That's kind of funny.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, for our viewers that don't know where Brooks and Co. is located, tell them where they can find y'all.
So we are located at the intersection at 203 West Main Street. So you'll find us
In Heber Springs.
Yes, in Heber Springs. But we are right by Ask Apparel. You know, if you're at the intersection.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Second main.
Yep.
If you go
Second
down the
to
big
me.
hill there by the bank to the red light and sitting at the red light,
You're
look
not
off
gonna
to the
miss our
right,
building.
you can see the sign. I guarantee it.
Yes.
And there goes that static.
And it's gone.
And then we also have a Facebook page, Brooks and Co. on Facebook.
Yep.
You can.
Very active on there.
We try to post repairs and what we have in stock, and just we don't blow the feed up, but we try to post a couple like things that we do. Chelsea does a good job about, hey, we have these bracelets, or we have these necklaces or whatever.
Yeah, which has helped because we actually do not have a website. It's something we've thought about maybe doing in the future, but we don't have one currently. And so it does help because I will have people call the store or even text me and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for, or give me an idea, and I can actually shop it for them and say, hey, is this what you want? This is the price. And
Oh, that's a good idea.
so, we'll have it ready for pickup, or we can even ship to people. So it's very helpful, with doing that on Facebook. But people are like, they all the time, they'll send me a message, hey, I actually need that in this. And,
Right.
we have men who are last minute shopping all the time for birthdays or anniversaries, and they'll come in or call and say, hey, Chelsea, I need this real quick. And, we'll fix them up. But the good thing is with our store too, even though we don't have it in stock, we can order just about anything you can imagine. So, if you have an idea, shoot me a picture and we can figure it out and get it ordered. And typically our shipping is like within 2 days. So
2 to 3 days.
it's a quick turnaround.
Oh, wow.
And do y'all have pretty well one supplier? Do y'all have multiple?
Multiple.
We have several. Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
yeah, we have several suppliers, and shipping's pretty quick. I was kind of shocked, like when we started talking with Tim and Kathy about it, it was like, oh, well, we use this one company, and we basically use them for everything. It's from like small repair stuff to R&M stuff, and we even order some gold like rings and jewelry and stuff from them too. But like they're like clockwork. 2 days, it's at the front door.
And I just want to say we did come visit you guys once since y'all been open. We tried twice, but y'all weren't there. But going back on a little bit of Jody's history of doing body work, paint, and all that kind of stuff, he is very talented with his hands. And so if you have some custom jewelry, sorry, Steve, I just seen your question as I was talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, he can. If you got some stuff laying around that you want to turn into something else.
So Jody, why don't you talk about that, kind of what you do?
It's like there's two kind of like sides of the spectrum, if you will, on custom stuff. One side is just like taking a couple of things and like cutting it up and changing it. Like we had this one client that brought in this really thick, wide, like wedding band. I mean, it was wide, and she wanted it cut into 3 separate rings. So I took one ring, cut it down, made 3 rings out of one. It's not really custom, but it's in some people's eyes, I guess it probably is custom. But in the jewelry realm, like from a like casting standpoint, we don't do any casting. So if you have a bunch of gold you want it melt down and turned into a ring, like I'm not doing that because I don't have time. We do have all the equipment, so we got all the equipment to do it in the transition, but I don't have time to even flirt with it at the moment. So
Because that was the next question. Can you design jewelry example, take a
Yeah.
ring and change the style?
We can do that.
we can do that to an extent, yeah.
Okay.
It's really anything that has to do with like casting or waxing, making molds, molting down gold, and then turning
create
it into something. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like I said, we have all the stuff to do it, and I'm sure at some point I will dabble in it because that's just
Who you
So
are.
we have people often come in with either a ring that they want to turn into a pendant, for a necklace. We have, what are some other things you can think of as example?
But I mean, I still think that kind of thing kind of falls into the
And it
custom
does,
category.
yeah.
It's just there's different custom is a spectrum, I guess.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we have women who come in and they say, you know what, after this many years, I don't really like my band, with my engagement ring. And so we can change that. We can take your diamond and we can just change your band if you want. There's things we can. I mean, your options are almost endless
really
when it
is.
comes to it, but we just don't do casting at this time
Right.
to actually mold a piece
Right.
of jewelry.
And I had a question and lost it.
But y'all also y'all don't have just jewelry.
That's right.
Y'all got some clocks. Y'all got
Do we
Yeah.
have knives? I even brought in the brand Able, so we have purses and jewelry with that.
And the bags are super cute.
Yeah, and they're genuine leather. Like they're really good quality.
Yeah, we also have like cross pins. They have a lifetime warranty, so a lot of people like to give those for graduation gifts. They're good, or if people get promotions.
Yeah.
What else?
We have some watches. We don't keep a huge inventory in watches. With these nowadays,
right. Watches are kind of extinct.
most people don't. And actually, to be 100% truthful, like I didn't wear a watch for probably 10 years until I bought a jewelry store
Right.
because we change, I don't know, 5 to 15 watch batteries a day.
Do you repair watches?
So, yes and no. So, yes, we repair like the bands, the pins, the crystals, batteries. We don't do any movements because they're just super time consuming and we don't have the time to do it.
So, a question here. Are you interested in buying, and I don't know what this means, are you interested in buying 10 to 12 pave diamonds?
No.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But
So, I guess that kind of goes into like the scrap stuff or buying gold. Like we buy scrap gold, we give scrap prices, kind of the normal run of the mill stuff. But with that, we don't buy the stones in those either. So if someone has a ring and has a big rock in it, clearly that rock is worth some money. It would take a gemologist to tell you what it's worth, and that's not me. I'm not a gemologist. So for that, like we just don't buy any stones because they're the spectrum is huge.
right.
So we only buy stones from gemologists that are certified stones. So for that, yeah, we wouldn't buy any stones off the street.
It makes sense. If you don't know what you're buying,
Yeah.
it'd be a rough gamble.
Yeah, it is. And something like, for instance, like if you brought a ring in and had a bunch of stones in, a bunch of little ones or a couple big ones, whatever, and you wanted to scrap it out, I give you the option. Okay, do you want the stones back? Because if you do, like I'll just take them out of the setting and just give them back to you. Some people do, some people don't. Some people are like, just give me my scrap money for it. Let's go on down the road, which is fine with me.
So for the folks that asked that question, I mean, is there a gemologist local that they could go visit that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Just in case they were interested in
So,
searching a little further.
just because I don't know, what does paved diamonds mean?
It's I can only assume it's a kind of diamond.
Okay.
Maybe it's not a cut, so I don't know what it is. To be honest.
Okay. Cool.
That's fair. Y'all are learning this thing pretty fast, though. I mean, y'all have literally been jewelers a couple of months, and
Yeah. Three and a
It
half
is.
months.
It
3.5
has
months.
been. I mean, we learn something every day, but
Oh yeah.
and we have considered getting certifications. A lot of people don't, but we have thought about to try to quicken that process, going
Yeah.
ahead and getting certified and doing some courses after December or after our busy period.
and part of the good thing is didn't the previous owner, aren't they
Oh, they're
kind of
very
coaching you
adversed
and-
in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah,
so-
they're
and
they're
they were doing it for how many years?
oh gosh, over 22 technically, but they
Yeah.
were in their location 22 years.
They've been in the industry for 30 years total. They were open 8 years, and then split off on their own, and then they've been in the location that we currently own for 22 years.
So my point in saying that is yes, they are new to the business, but they have that 1-800-HELP line.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
right. Tim and
yes.
Kathy have been great. The transition, the transaction, everything about it was flawless. If we have a question, we call them. They don't hesitate. They answer. They come by the shop if they need to. So we're not just hung out to dry, and that's a blessing.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
You know.
It's still kind of crazy that we do own it. I get tickled when people ask me about it because I always say, I kind of had a day back in the beginning of the year, and I made a funny to him like, we should just buy Shelton's jewelry. They're ready to retire, and I still get so tickled because Jody just laughed at me. He's like,
Of course he did.
no, he's like, whatever, like she's having a moment.
You're dumb.
But But I've always had, that, I would love a store downtown Heber Springs. I've always loved downtown Heber Springs. But like to chicken and start a business on my own with down there. And so once I had that thought, I just kept thinking, I'm like, we could do this. We can learn it. Jody can do repairs. Like, it just kept making sense to me. And so I made a comment to him. I said, why don't we just talk to him? And deep down, change is scary. And we're thinking, it's probably not going to work out. Like, something's going to get in the way. And so I actually had to go in. So January, February, I had the thought. Didn't make a move until July, and we'd sat down with them, talked to them about it, and 2 months later, we owned the business.
And I just knew whenever y'all said y'all were fixing to do something,
I
I was
told
like,
Chelsea.
What did you
they're
think?
buying a print shop. That's what I told Jesse, and I missed it by a little bit.
After we left y'all's house that night and y'all were like, we've got something in the works, yada, yada, yada. I mean, we didn't even get out of the driveway and get onto the highway. And David goes, they're buying a print shop.
I do.
And I was like, there's not a print shop for sale.
That we knew.
Well, there wasn't a jewelry store for sale either.
That's true. That's true.
So
And then I guess the two of y'all had talked or
I'm
something.
sure we could do that too, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
Why not?
I don't know. I was like, well, maybe.
I don't know why, but jewelry never popped into my
I know.
head.
The funny thing is, Miss Kathy still laughs about it with me. She'll go, when I asked Chelsea if Jody could do repairs, she was like, oh, yeah, without a doubt. She was like, yes, he can do it.
yeah, she told me, she was like, Chelsea said it with absolute confidence, and I was like, of course she did.
Yeah, it's not her doing.
Well, to be fair, if she would have asked me, I would have said the same thing.
Well, agreed. I would have too, because us knowing you, Jody is precise and he is very finicky about his work. And
I mean, I can only think of one thing he doesn't do very good.
Yeah, and that's sheetrock.
And
I'm out.
that's that's not what I was thinking. That's maybe two things.
It's a family show, Chelsea.
It's also loading the dishwasher.
Oh, that's your job anyway.
No, he cannot load a dishwasher for it to make sense. Like, it's terrible.
It's loaded.
listen, I think that I really think that that's a guy thing.
The goal is they all need to get in there.
That's right.
Yep.
Success.
Okay, Mom, is that a question or is that a comment? I don't understand. Diamonds that are set close together in a way that resembles a road map out of diamonds.
Oh, she's talking
Road
about the
made
paved.
out of diamonds.
She's talking about the paved diamonds.
Oh,
Yeah. I see.
she Googled.
Maybe.
Have no idea.
It's cool. I do want to give a couple of shout outs if y'all don't care.
No, go ahead.
One, I want to thank Danny Albright for being here last week, being this week's sponsor. Two, see this cool thing? Our buddy Blangy brought that by today.
Well, that was kind of a booger to get there. Oh,
Yep, I might have just messed up. If it's crooked, you can't read it, you can't do anything. Anyway,
So thank you to Tara and Jason, Traveler's Plumber, for
I'm gonna
the
fold it
awesome
forward.
sign if David doesn't break it
All right, yeah,
before
I'm
we
gonna-
even get to put it in the window.
But yeah, thanks for that. That's cool.
Oh, I would like to mention that we do have Jingle Bell Shop coming up December 7th.
What is that?
So the radio station 101.9 goes around, and you have to follow them to the businesses listed. And they do giveaways during that time. And at the end of everything, I guess as you go around to like the businesses, your name gets put in the grand prize as well. For like $1,000, I believe it, or it's like a big, I think it's a
big
basket.
prize, yeah.
I think there's some like gift cards and items from businesses. But they, like in our store, we're giving away 3 prizes. So we will have a knife at $125 value.
Oh, wow.
We have an Able wristlet purse that is a $98 value, and a Christmas ornament that's hand painted at a $40 value.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you have to follow them.
You
store
have to
store?
be, so like they'll be at our location around 12:30 on December 7th. And you have to be there, like at our store, you will have to be there during that 30 minutes to win our prizes.
Do you know if there's an itinerary? Like, does KSOG have an itinerary?
Yeah, so like on the list, they go down, and I believe they start at 10.
Yeah.
But they should be, at each store, they spend 30 minutes.
But I bet for more details, you can go to KSOG's Facebook.
Hey, Suggs.
Yeah. 101.9 The Lake.
101.9.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, good job.
So that's kind of like our.
Christmas open house.
Yeah.
Which Heber does that too.
Yeah.
Which we already
Oh,
had.
so that's okay. So this is something totally different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This
Is this
different.
new?
I know they did it last year.
Yeah.
And I think last year might have been the first time.
I have no idea.
I really don't know. It's
That's
been,
interesting.
It's new to us.
yeah.
As business owners. So, kind of for word there again, our viewers that don't know, family, kids, kind of
All the above.
elaborate.
Oh, like about our family?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
That goes along with telling about
we
yourself.
have Landon, who is 19, our son. We call him the pawpaw of the house. And then we've got Braylon, who is 15, and Ella, who's 13. 2 teenage girls. You know them. You know the girls.
I know. I love them. They're amazing.
And actually, Ella makes bracelets for the store. They are like wired glass bead bracelets. Very cute. I've even worn
Super
them with
cute.
my outfits.
Yeah.
Lots of colors, and she sells them. She sells them for $5, and all that goes to her. What she sells, and so yeah, she's super excited.
And it's kind of teaching her, you
oh,
know,
it is. Yeah.
buying material and all of that. I know you told me that story.
yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been so funny because she wanted to buy like bags for them to go in when people bought them. And so she's like, well, this one is, I can get 15 of them for 10, or I can get like 50 for 15. So of course she went with, but so it's really teaching her a lot.
That's
It's been
awesome.
good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
been good.
She likes to go and help too. She likes to be in the store and she likes to be involved. Go figure.
Yeah, yeah.
She's a handful.
Yeah. Which we're hoping, mentioning inventory, like we brought in Able, but we're hopeful within the next year to get some newer lines in. I've gotten some feedback from people. We don't know what all exactly we're going to try to get in the store, but we are looking to bring in some newer products.
That one, I don't remember what it was. The bracelet.
Ronaldo. Oh, yes, we do have Ronaldo.
That.
And Ronaldo's,
Love that.
it's probably one of my faves.
Yeah, it's a big seller and they're handmade in the U.S., so that's cool too. They're typically 10 karat gold and silver.
And those are the ones that you can dress them up,
Oh,
or
yeah.
you can dress them down.
Yes. Yeah.
Love that.
Once you get a Ronaldo, you're hooked.
And then for the
There's
people
so
that
many.
do already have them, you can bring them to our store and we will clean them and take the tarnish off of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people just wear them dingy. It's like you don't have to be that guy or girl. You know,
Yeah,
Don't be that guy.
don't be that
clean.
gal.
I'll get my anklet there next week.
Well, but mentioning that, we do check and clean jewelry for people. We have people all the time come in with their rings and they say, "Oh, I snagged it. I'm curious if everything's okay. Check my prongs," and we can do all that.
Yeah, a check and clean's free.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Any? Not just stuff that come from you guys.
That's right. Yeah, I'll check. We'll check it and clean it for free. If you have a stone that's loose, that's where we start talking. Okay, this is what it takes to do this. This is what it takes to do that.
Right.
This is the issues you have. Maybe like we had one that was like, you should probably leave that here or put it in your pocket. You're gonna lose a stone. Like, you know. But so like tightening stones, stuff like that. That's all repair work, you know, and stand in line kind of thing.
And I have a feeling that if I handed Jody my wedding set, that's what he'd say. Put it in your pocket because then another one will fall out.
Yeah.
It happens. I mean,
I'm still going to bring it to you and let you look at it.
Yeah, bring it.
I mean, you expect Cracker Jack to have better quality.
I mean, did it come with a tattoo thing though?
It did.
Well, then yeah,
That's where the quality
you got
went.
what you deserve.
Thanks, Jody.
Oh, I would like to mention we do have a wish list in store for women or men.
Shut up.
So,
Yeah.
like, you know, we have people come in all the time, and like, I'll put whatever they want, their sizes on
Stop talking now.
on a wish list, and
She already took mental notes for you, buddy.
yeah. And so, and it actually does help out because we have the men come in all the time. I know my wife's been in here making a list, and we'll pick something off the list, and they'll buy it. Sometimes multiple things, but
That's actually a really good idea, though, for men or women.
Yeah, it works good.
well, like the Ronaldo bracelets, for example, come in sizes, so it helps to know the size if you can. Now, we are, you know, we like to provide good service, so if people get the wrong size, we tell them bring it back. You know, get the size you need because we want you to wear it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's right. I remember that you made me try it on.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I
yeah.
love that bracelet, though.
But we keep a pretty good inventory too of the Ronaldos.
I think my wish list is still in there from Miss
You
Kathy.
don't have a wish list.
You own the
It keeps getting misplaced.
Yours is the chair behind the desk.
I'm pretty sure our 15 years coming up. So
do.
I quit counting.
That's what David said when we passed 15. It's like, it's just another day, whatever.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It does. It does. I mean, and the whole size thing, like it just helps to have an inventory and be able to say, hey, you can buy it today, but if it doesn't fit, we got you.
Yeah.
And not to mention, like, we, you know, our prices are the same as a lot of those companies that we sell. So, like Ronaldo, our prices are the same as theirs, you know. So it helps to shop local at your small business. If you know you see one that you like, let us order it for you, you know. Let us help you out with that.
For
Right.
sure, support local.
Do you pierce ears?
We do. Yes.
Nothing in the cartilage.
Ooh, no.
No, we just, yeah. But we do. Yeah.
Okay.
I never would have thought about that. I mean, that makes sense, but I never would have thought about it.
Yeah. And a lot of people ask questions too. They're like, okay, what do you do? What do you use? What's your earring? It's like, it's all surgical steel. It's a gun. Some people like a gun. Some people don't, whatever.
I was so hoping you were going to say a piece of ice and a potato.
A sewing needle. But no, yeah, it's all surgical steel and it's done with a gun, not done with a needle. So
They do it right.
Somewhat. Depending on, you know, which side Chelsea's leaning that day. You're going to be lined up and square. That's great. So we know, but for our viewers, what do y'all like to do on your downtime?
what downtime?
Okay, the downtime you had before you bought the business.
What did y'all used to like to do?
Well, we love to go to the woods and go riding with our friends, and yeah, that's our getaway. no phone service. It makes you get away and
That's right. Go to the forest and get lost for a while.
go riding.
It is fun. Put some
Go
miles
see
on them.
the beautiful national forest in Arkansas.
We're overdue.
And eat way
We
too
are.
much food.
Dang
Oh,
right.
yeah.
That's never been a bad thing.
For some
Except
reason,
this one time.
hot dogs always taste way better when you're riding.
They do. Or you're sitting around the campfire at 2 a.m. eating marshmallows and hot dogs.
Hey, you never know.
That was still one of the
The bunkhouse was probably the
trips.
funniest.
Yeah.
The
like-
bunkhouse was
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Going to Buffalo Wilderness Ranch was fun. That was a good trip.
Clint, I'm working up to that one.
What did he say?
Let's talk trucks.
Oh,
We're not here to talk
actually,
drugs.
I told him. I said we should have done a 2-for-1, done Brooks and Co. and Brooks Trucks.
I will do that again.
The legend,
I mean,
the legendary truck builder.
okay, we'll come back to that one then.
Yeah.
How about that? Because we got a question, what are the new store hours?
Okay, so currently we are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturdays 10 to 2.
Yep.
Tuesdays through Fridays,
10 to 5.
10 to 5.
Yeah. So that's the only thing different is we're open on Tuesdays, where the Sheltons weren't. And we originally kept their hours because they were coming in every day and hanging out with us, and we've gotten to the point that like they don't have to be there every day all day, so they really just come and go as we need them. So
In the holiday season, it's getting busy, so we're probably going to keep Tuesdays on, so we actually need to change that on
Yeah.
on Google and on
Hey,
our
Tubbs.
storefront.
And the actual address is what? One more.
203 West Main,
203 West Main.
Heber Springs.
Cannot miss the sign, I assure you.
No, you can't.
no, listen, that sign like
Good.
it's kind of funny, but it's not funny. But so originally, like the Shelton sign originally, it was huge. It was like, I don't know, just over 9 foot tall and 16 foot long. And it was up at the very top of the building, and they had the awning up front and all that. So when we redid all that, that was the intent. Well, then we got to talking and changing things, and our vision wasn't really what showed up, but that's kind of how it landed, But the sign, we were like done with it. Lane was putting letters on it, and he just called and he was like, I hate to call you, but I'm like, well, let's look at it, like I trust his judgment, whatever. So he comes and he shows us a picture of it, and I was like, yeah, that's not gonna cut it. So we ended up changing the bottom letters to 3D letters too, the architectural style letters, instead of just like vinyl, So it put us behind because we had a lot of people who were like, is this still a jewelry store? What is this? Are you
Right.
still here? What is, like, there's no sign, there's no
I mean,
this.
it really didn't feel like it slowed everyone down, but
It really didn't. I mean, people still came in, but we had people ask all the time. It's like, I promise we have a sign, but like, we're just making it better.
Just making it better. Well, it looks fantastic.
But go ahead, Clint. What's the truck question?
Well, no, I had a store question.
Oh, Jesse's going to ask a store question. Never
No,
mind.
and Clint wasn't asking a question. He just wanted Jody to talk about trucks.
Yeah, but he knows how this goes. He
you
needs
might
ask a
have to
question.
have like a 2-hour live for trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all wear our Brooks trucks.
Oh yeah, we got a couple
Shirts.
of shirts still, so
So if you want a shirt, hit Chelsea up.
Yeah. Smallish medium.
Smallest medium.
That's really about all we got left.
Belly shirt on my beer gut.
Yeah.
Well,
It's whatever you want it to be when you're wearing it.
exactly. It's your shirt.
Cut it off right above the navel.
So do you still have, because if I understand correctly, did Shelton's, did they do like, I don't want to say consignment, but like consignment?
so we do, yeah, we do.
Do you still have like a lot of their stuff that was on consignment, and are you still honoring that?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We're pretty much operating really the same as they did, with taking it over. I mean, there's a couple of things we changed, but, we still honor all the same things they did for the most part.
Yeah.
If it ain't
And their
broke, why fix it,
agreements
huh?
with consignment or estate pieces, we do the same thing. Yeah.
Cool. Clint said Brooks Trucks is scheduled for when. So I read that and I have an idea.
Okay.
So I think we get Jody to come back and talk about trucks. But when you come back and talk about trucks, Mike has to come with you.
Oh,
Michael.
goodness.
I don't know if he's watching, but I don't know if he
He
has
is.
the mouth for this.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. We
I love
do,
that guy though.
we
Yeah.
do love you, Mike.
It'll be fine.
Do I
No.
need to give him
See,
my
he just
look?
said, I agree. It needs to happen.
Yeah, we can do it. We can talk
I
trucks.
can give him the talk before. I've had to do it.
I can talk
Michael.
truck for days.
I'm like, be on your best behavior.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. So I'm letting y'all know February is y'all's month.
Oh, no, February's not a good
Yeah,
month.
let's not do February.
Let's
That's-
not do February. I just thought about that.
Yeah, maybe March, because I think you're.
We
are
can do
booked in-
March.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do March.
I'm going to come for the fun of it.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
And Clint, you're coming to sit on one side of the table.
Yeah, because I'm out.
So
Why?
there's that.
Why you gotta be like that?
What do I know about trucks? I know how to drive them.
I was gonna say, do you?
And I feel the love in this room.
Did you say there was a wish list?
Dude. Anyway,
Sorry.
Yeah, we
No,
can
you're
do that.
not.
We can come back and talk trucks.
Yeah.
that would be fun. He said, I got a ton of questions.
Oh god.
I'm telling you, it's going to be 2 hours. Like a 2-hour
Listen,
life.
we may be blowing up like the air mattress, taking a nap or
Listen,
whatever.
the truck stuff, I never knew how big it was until like 2019 when Jody put Big Booty Judy on the internet. And it just
That
like,
was the
went from
dually,
there.
just FYI.
Oh yeah, the dually.
Yeah.
Well, I was fixing to say I knew which one
Everybody
that
knows
was.
what it is,
Yeah.
but it just like blew up to the point that with real estate, I was like, "Do we need to park your truck in front of a house when I list it for sale?" Because
Oh yeah, she used to get so mad because I'd post a picture of the dually and have like 500, 600, 800 reactions and 300 comments, you know, and she'd post a house for sale and it'd be like
Nothing.
crickets.
to like from Jody and Mom.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Hey, but I mean that
And
that
then
is
the
a
funny
thought.
thing is, there for a while, people would be like, "Aren't you Big Booty Judy's wife?" And I'm like, "I'm Jody's wife, yes,
but I am not big.
not the trucks."
My name's not Judy, she said.
I would get so tickled when I'd come home and I'm like, "Guess what? Someone knows I'm your wife because of the truck."
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean that David kind of relates a little bit. He for years was called, "Oh, you're Mr. Jesse. You're Jesse's husband." He was like, "Yep, that's me."
I answered anything.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
So
I know it's crazy. Like when we bought the jewelry store, I got a message from a guy that used to work with me at Swin and was like, in like bold letters, it said, "Dude, is there anything you can't do?" And I was like,
Exactly.
I
was like, I don't know.
Dishwasher.
but I'm not gonna stop until I know.
the dishes still got washed. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It is what it is. You know, it's like, and really, I don't want to downplay it a whole lot, but like fixing jewelry is like soldering and welding. It's a metal that you're fusing together. So, I mean, if you understand the way it works, it's really not super difficult. Now, what is difficult when you put stones in the equation?
I think Jody's only downfall with it is he is too much of a perfectionist at times. That it's like, no, it looks great, you know, and he just
He
he's
sees
a
the flaws,
perfectionist.
Well, yeah. So working under Tim, I've never worked under another jeweler, but like he's good.
He is good.
I mean, he's been doing it for 30 years. Like he's good. So I look at some of the stuff he fixed. I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. And then I would do one. I would, size one or whatever, sand it down, polish it, put it all back together, and make it look new again. I'm like, and I'd hand it to him, and he'd be like, "Why do you keep handing them to me?" I'm like, "Because I want you to make sure it's like good." He was like, "I don't doubt you. Like, I've seen 2 or 3 that you done, and like I don't need to see them, basically." And I was like, "I'm like, you're looking at them.
Whether you want to or
You're
not.
signing off on them." So
Mr. QC.
yeah. So, but I don't know. It's OCD, I guess, if you will. It's I like
Well,
things to be certain ways and done right, and
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, it relates back to pretty much anything you do. Your buggy, your trucks, your vehicles. I mean, just everything that you do.
yeah.
So it's just
He's really
in
like
you.
a Martha Stewart too at home. Like it's not just with trucks and repairs. Like,
It's competitiveness
is it that? Because let me
because I'm better than
watch
you.
him do a Valentine box with the kids.
Oh, it's on. Yeah,
Oh, it
it's
is.
on.
It is insane. And then like I was having at Hobby Lobby a little panic attack over floral arrangements, and guess who comes in to save the day?
Listen, if I would have had that, but no, David is quite the opposite.
No, Jack.
Yeah. I mean, he is a neat freak. He's a perfectionist, but that type of stuff, no. It's more like this right here, and okay, you're done.
Well, I don't care about everything.
I care too much about too many things.
Yeah.
I do. That's a downfall. But I mean, like in the jewelry industry, you know, it's like not all jewelry's made the same. Like there's quality jewelry and then there's not quality jewelry, and it has nothing to do with like dollar amounts. Like it's the quality of the product, you know. So there's been several things it's like people would bring in, and it's like, I'm good. Like, I'm sorry your piece is broken, but like I can't do anything with it because I can't make it better. And like if I can't make it better or perfect, then I don't want to do anything with it.
Because that's your name on it.
Right.
Well, exactly.
That's the difference there.
It's just like paint and body on a vehicle, you know. It's if it's super wavy and it's super glossy, it's who painted it. It's not who did the body work. It's who painted that. It's like looks like a sack of nickels.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's never who did the body work, who painted it. It's who painted it.
Yeah.
So at the same, it's like who fixed that, and I could be fixing someone else's repair, but still it has my name on it. So like if I can't make it flawless or as perfect as I can, you know, humanly possible, like I'm out.
But it's those other things you stress about that I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to realize why you're younger than me with less hair.
And I have 2 teenage girls.
And that.
I'm gonna say that trumps most.
And a bougie wife.
Yeah,
Listen, this smoke tried to call me.
She does fit in the jewelry store, doesn't she?
No, I enjoy it. It's been good. It's been a good change.
But isn't it funny how our husbands just automatically throw us as bougie? He done that to me the other day. I said, I am the least bougiest person.
I seriously
She
think
can't say that.
I think my husband is way more high maintenance than me.
I'm not disagreeing.
Too easy.
But I do have to say, Clint had a good point. Maybe you should have kept Big Booty Judy and parked her in the real estate pictures that way.
She gone.
She gone.
She's in Florida.
I made a pretty penny on that truck,
I imagine you did.
and the guy wanted it way more than we did, and it was a financial decision, really.
Yeah.
Like,
It was a no-brainer.
but you know, the guy that bought it was like, hey, like if you ever want to buy it back or I go to sell it, like you have first dibs. And I was like, man, like not to be disrespectful, but I can build another one for what you paid for this one and still be cheaper in it. So
But guess who is building another truck?
Jody.
guess who was?
When's the last time you worked on your truck?
July. Yeah.
Yeah, we've been busy.
Buy a business, they say.
We've
It'll
been
be fun,
busy.
they say.
Exactly.
Yeah, I legitimately put it together. I assembled it in primer, what's in primer, but the chassis is still raw still because I still have a lot of fabrication work to do to it. So I assembled it to take it to the show in Mountain View at C10s in the mountain, and it was supposed to rain, and I was like, I'm out. So it's been put together since July, just chilling.
Y'all do realize if we do a show on trucks, y'all do realize what's going to happen, right?
What's that?
Y'all going to get phone calls.
Build me a truck.
Listen, there has been people walk in the front door of the jewelry store.
They know where to find him now.
They're like,
Uh-huh.
hey,
He's not hidden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, hey, paint my rig for me, please.
yeah.
They know where to find him.
Yeah, because I mean, you were hidden for so
Tuesday
long.
through Friday, 10 to 5. Saturday, 10 to 2.
Guess who's the new shop girl?
You have two teenage girls and a bougie wife.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
So where's our next trip? Let's talk about some serious stuff. Where's our next trip?
Let's go the weekend after Christmas.
I will listen, I will write it down
So
on
where
my
are we
calendar.
going? Are we going to the Red Cabin? Are we going? Where are we going?
I think we need to do something different because we've done the Red Cabin twice in a row.
It's just a perfect.
I know.
spot.
It's
It's a pretty area. If you don't have a side by side and you've never ridden at the forest, you've never lived.
yeah,
Agreed.
you got to try it.
Oh my god.
Why are you headbutting the microphone? She's headstrong.
Listen, gotta keep it entertaining.
She-
But we do have to. We seriously have to plan that the weekend after Christmas.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, that's I don't know. The jewelry store has been great. We love it. Honestly, like it's been a blessing to us. Yes, we're learning. Yes,
We
be patient
absolutely
with us.
appreciate though every single person who has already supported us, shared posts. Like it's really been amazing the support we have gotten.
I try to share every time you post something,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
especially the ones where Jody is
Making, I
recreated
know, it's
something.
so
I love those.
Yeah, the before and afters really do it. Mm-hmm. There's some that I didn't get a chance to take the befores because I'm anxious to get in there and kind of do it, and about halfway through it's like it's in shambles and I'm like,
I forgot that picture.
I'll show you when I'm done.
Yeah. Here's the final touch.
Yeah, but and honestly, like it's honestly fun, like making jewelry. I mean, I like shiny things, so
Yeah.
it's like big wheels on trucks and diamond rings, like whatever. But
Yeah.
Gotta take that together.
I shake too much. I think I'd be throwing stuff. When I try to do small things, I shake too much.
man, if that ever sets in, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, it's a tedious job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very tedious. It's crazy too, because like learning this stuff, Tim was like, hey, like no one can see that. I'm like, but I see it. And he's like, but you're like 10 times magnified.
Yeah.
Like you can see the pores and like the gold itself. I'm like, I know, but I can also see that. And he's,
Yeah, because you have that thing that you wear on. Yeah.
yeah.
The first time we walked in and you walked out from the back and you still had that thing on your head. And I was
I know.
like, who would have thought we would have walked in and seen Jody looking like that?
And like, I'm literally blind in one eye and can't see out the other. Like that's a true thing. And
Well, he can sure see for a blind man. I'm gonna tell you that.
like it is what it is, whatever. But that was one of the big things when I come in there. Like Tim had these like 2 times magnified glasses on, and he's setting all these little bitty stones, and he's doing his thing, And I'm like, how do you see that? Like, what in the world? What's going on? Like, and he's like, oh, you just set it, you do this, and you do that. And it's like blah blah blah. I'm like, you gotta see it to set it. Like,
I'm sure for him, because he's done it for so long, it was more of a feel.
very much so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I invested in microscope. I invested in big magnification, lots of light. So because I need to see it. Like it's kind of like being in a paint booth. You got to be able to see every corner of it.
Yeah.
And Tim walked in one day and he goes, "Wow, that's bright." And I was like, "I can't see."
Oh, and we need to mention our Christmas box for the Christmas mall.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So everyone needs to bring by a gift for a kid, teenager, you name it. I always like to mention the teenagers because I think people always think to get
For the
you know,
smaller
for,
kids.
Yeah,
like little
toys
stuff.
and
But
stuff.
like there's teens out there too who are bought for during that time. And we do have a box. So bring in items to donate.
And that's a good way to get them into the store too.
It is.
So that
It
they can
is.
see what,
Yeah.
I mean,
But I know we love to get like my girls this year, like we took them and let them shop for it themselves. And so it's a good way to
that's
get your
good.
kids involved too and knowing how to give back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And that's through the New Life Church, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Come say hello to everybody.
Come on.
Come on, Ella B. Come talk about your bracelet. No.
She said, nah.
Nah.
No thanks.
I'm out.
So, on your Christmas box, how long is it going to be at the store before it's picked up?
You know, I really don't know, but I would guess if you came within the next 2 weeks, you're going to be pretty safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got time.
And y'all giving it to who?
So it goes to the Outreach Center, New Life, and they
At
do the
New Life
Christmas
Church.
Mall at
Oh,
New
yeah,
Life
yeah.
Church. Yeah.
I've done that before.
Yeah.
You done it
We
one.
yeah.
You done it 1 year. Me and Amber done it 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I've done different stuff for them. Like I know one year I gave out I did like the tickets for it, and then I've done wrapping, and we done
the wrapping.
collections, and yeah, it's awesome.
I done the Santa portion of it 1 year, and I was like, let me stick to the wrapping. Because I mean, you get to you actually see the parents, and the parents are walking through there pre-COVID, and you hear their story and all of that, and I'm like, I am the biggest crybaby, and I don't.
I know.
So
it's
I was
hard.
like, let me stay behind the scenes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Aw.
So
Yeah.
So address one more time.
203 West Main Street in Heber Springs.
in your
Arkansas.
hours,
Not Monday. No Monday.
That's the only day we're closed.
That is the only day I'm usually working on other store stuff. So, Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5, and Saturday, 10 to 2.
closed Sundays and Mondays.
Mondays.
Yep.
Now we will be actually open the Monday, like right before Christmas.
Okay.
I am not going to be open on Christmas Eve, but we have considered to be open on that Monday before to help with last minute shoppers. And we do gift wrap and all that good stuff to have things ready.
And they got the cute little bag.
We can also do wrapping paper and a cute bow for the men who don't want to wrap.
Come in shopping on that wish list.
And they can't wrap either.
And we do still have time to order
Can
things
too.
in for, people who have
can't.
specific items. You can,
I'm sure you do all the wrapping at home, don't
no,
you?
he doesn't, because I do like to do it, but he does it better than me.
Say it again.
Don't.
Say it again.
I dare you.
For everyone out there. One more again.
Listen, it's
You do wrap
recorded,
it better
so
than me.
it's on Facebook, it's on YouTube. It ain't going nowhere, Jody.
It's out there.
It is there.
That's because he's a perfectionist with it.
And mine over here says that he doesn't care about everything. I asked him to help me 1 year, and there again, it wound up like this. Never mind.
Was it wrapped?
No, I had to redo it because the wrapping paper was tore.
Ain't my fault you tore it. Hey,
Tough crowd.
it's rough.
Yeah,
life.
right.
Made me lose my train of thought. Brain fart. Gone. I had something.
I don't even know.
Did you?
I did.
Well,
No more questions, I guess.
The free cleaning thing, that's something people ought to take advantage of, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it literally costs nothing. It's free insurance. Check and clean. We're gonna check all the stones, make sure they're not loose.
that's what I was fixing to ask. Do you like inspect it
That's right.
when you're cleaning it and whatnot? Yeah, that.
Now I will say, like during the Christmas open house that we just had, we got pretty well bombarded, and there was like, I don't even know,
Oh, I don't
5
know.
or 6, maybe
So
8
many people.
rings that check and clean. Like to do it right, we can't just hand them back. So it's like it takes time. So be patient with us. There's only 2 of us.
Now, typically during normal working hours, we can, but if you're coming in during a special event like that, it does take a little bit of time because it is just Jody and I working,
Right.
So and I appreciate everyone and their patience when they come in and, willing to wait, but But there are times we might have to hold it for a little bit to get the job done. But he has a pretty quick turnaround with jobs. Usually it's same day, if not the next day, typically.
I mean, I work my normal 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, so I do repairs in the afternoons in the store and then on the weekends. But yeah, I try to stay. I don't like stuff to be piled up. I don't. I'm not a procrastinator.
And we know most people want their stuff back.
Sure.
You know, I mean, there are sometimes it takes a week or two if we got to order a diamond or we got to order this or whatever, or we get just bombarded with repairs, which happens. You know, you may actually have to wait a week. We tell everybody 1 to 2 weeks, and you might actually get it back today. Like, if you do, that's that's good for me. Hopefully, it's good for y'all. You know,
Right.
but there are sometimes it takes 2 weeks. There's case by case. You know.
Yeah.
But I don't like it to sit. I don't like because it's like the longer it sits on my table, you know, it's like chances of it getting moved or getting misplaced or, you know, or like I'm just not I'll do that tomorrow because I got time to do whatever today. It's like I'm gonna get that done today so I can do whatever I need to tomorrow. You know, that's kind of my whole thought process.
Right.
I need that.
It's but I
We
just
can
think
hear
that everybody should take advantage of. I mean, that's when you think about what some of this jewelry costs, some of these rings and things.
Yeah.
I mean, why
Especially
not?
the center stones. Those are the ones that you really want. Like the smaller diamonds, yes, they cost money. Yes, they're not cheap, but them big diamonds, shoo.
And I would like to mention the smaller diamonds because I think a lot of people will lose them and they're like, oh, I'm not going to worry about getting that fixed. It's probably too expensive. But like, bring it in. Let us give you a price. You know.
Yeah,
Well, that's
free-
why
it's
I
free to
never
get a
got
price.
I never got mine redone because I was like, mine was, I'm just gonna lose it again because I have lost it 3 times.
Yeah,
So does she just need a new ring?
she's got one. Show them your new ring.
That is not a new ring, and I bought it for myself.
those are the best ones.
I have
They
some
really
more
are.
of those too.
That way
by
I
the
know
way.
you like it if you buy
I
it
do need some new
yourself.
colors.
I
So
have some nice green stackable ones.
shut up. And green's my color.
Yeah,
But I am gonna bring it in and let you look at it. So
yeah. There's a lot of like the repair stuff. It's wild how much there is out there. You know that, like
And like broken chain necklaces, you know, like a gold chain necklace is not cheap. So bring it in. Like we can probably fix it.
right.
yeah. A lot of times you can solder it. Now, if they're broken the very center, you know, they're up here. A lot of times, I mean, it's a chain necklace. So you've got to think like when you solder it together, it's a solid joint. So it's not going to be as pliable as it would have been if it was still a chain. But it's better than it sitting in a jewelry box, you know. whatever,
Right. Just sitting there.
You know.
We have people all the time come in too with like needing their clasp replaced. It might be one that's like difficult for them to do on their own. So we'll change those out.
Yeah. Like a lot of people don't like the spring rings, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Or if they're just too small and dainty, we can do a bigger one.
yeah, you can do lobster catches. You can do magnet. A lot of the older generation they like the magnet because they can just
It's just a little easier. Yeah.
click it on, you know, and go to church and whatever. I mean, you're not
And then
going to
just-
horseplay with the dog or the kids or nothing. You know, it will come off. But yeah, there's so much that you can do. You know, and like Jess's ring, you know, we were talking about it, and she was like, "Well, it's really thin because it's been sized 100 times." It's like, but you can still fix it. You can replace the shank in it and not actually change anything with the actual head. Like there's just a lot of stuff that people don't know. You know.
Well, and that's like you were telling me because we were talking about that instead of when my weight goes down, instead of going and having it sized, just get that little spacer or
Yeah.
whatever to go.
Yeah, so they have the rubber ones that can go on the back of your ring. A lot
Yeah,
of
I've
people
tried
don't
those.
really like those because they're
Hate it.
uncomfortable. They're not the most comfortable thing. But like in a pinch, it would work, especially if you're on like a drastic weight loss.
And we do have those if people need them.
We do, but we also have the ones that go inside the band, and then they have a piece that wraps around the band on the sides, so it's not bulky under here like the rubber ones are. But there's options. Some people do sizing bars. That's an option too. So basically on the bottom of your ring, there's a bar that comes out, because as we get older, unfortunately, like your knuckles grow wide,
Right.
and everyone's is the same way, you know. So it's like you can't really get the round ring on because it needs to be egg shaped, you know, to go over your knuckle. So what you can do, and to get it over your knuckles, put a sizing bar in there, and that gives you your egg shape, and then holds it to your finger tight on the bottom, and keeps it from just spinning on your finger.
And that's my issue, is it just sits and it just spins.
Yeah.
And so can you still do something like that? Because, you know, I said I wanted mine soldered together. And you can still use one of those even though it's two rings.
Yeah, because it solders on the inside. So it's basically a pin that you just solder to the ring on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's gold, so it's soft, it bends, it moves.
Right.
So if you're forcing it on a finger or whatever, like, you could adjust it, make it out of adjustment, but I mean, ideally is you make it back around and you solder it solid together and wear it that way. But
Because I actually put mine on a couple months ago, and I told David, I was like, look at it, and it's just sitting there and it's just doing this number, and I was like, and this is why I don't wear it. And that's why, I mean, literally, that's why I wear this all the time, because it just sits there. And I told him, I was like, I don't want to have it resized again, because he's been doing that our whole marriage.
yeah, and like every time you have one size, I mean, nature of the beast is it takes material off. Like, you have
Right.
to. It does. I mean, you try not to eat up a bunch of material when you're taking, like, because the solder joint leaves a ball of solder basically, and you have to feather that out. So you have to blend it all in, you know? So you're constantly sanding. Well, then polishing also takes material off. So, like, the more work you do to your jewelry, the thinner it's going to get, both thickness and width.
So what would you do for something like that where it has been sized so many times and it is thin? Is there any way you can, I don't want to say build it back up, but
No, they do. It's called a shank repair. So basically, you take the ring and you cut the bottom half off that's been sized 100 times, and you just weld a new shank on. And then your solder joints are up here, and then you have your center stone, your head, everything's up here, and then you have new meat down here. And you can buy. I mean, it'll be the same thickness as it was originally when it was new. I mean, that's the way to do it right.
so you could actually use like the bottom of his band to repair mine. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
probably
if
what
they're
we'll
both
do.
yellow gold or if they're both white gold,
They're identical.
then yeah.
It's just his is a band to where mine is the two with the headset,
Yeah.
basically.
There you go.
Yeah, so what you could also do, another option is like the shank that's all jacked up on yours, that's thin, you
Yeah.
cut it off and you can say, okay, I don't want that. Use that as a credit towards my repair. So we'll weigh that and give you scrap price for that chunk of gold that we cut off your ring, and then apply that credit to your repair. So if your repair was going to cost you a chunk of money, it may not be as much.
So that leads me to another question. I mean, if people's got a pile of rings or necklaces or whatever that they want to get rid of, they just, y'all buy gold.
We do buy gold from wholesalers, from general public.
It's like, wait a minute, didn't you already ask that question?
He's being funny.
He is. He's being a jerk.
But yeah, in all seriousness, if you got gold, where it seems like we get the most of it is inheritance. People will inherit, mom's or mama's box of jewelry, and it may be high end here, and it may be fashion jewelry there, whatever. Generally, Chelsea will go through it and tell you kind of like what's what, give you an idea of like what you have. And then if you want to have something appraised down the road, maybe that's an option if you want. Or if you want to just say, hey, like, what's this worth scrap? And people do crazy things. People are humans.
Well, sure.
So, and some people aren't sentimental. Some people are. So, like we've done some really cool things, just like the whole sentimental piece, taking that one ring and making it 3 for her granddaughters for when
I
they
love
get
that
married.
Yeah,
story.
that was a cool
And then the
story.
ones that you
We
took.
took my grandfather's ring that's passed, and I cut it 2/3 and 1/3, and I made me a ring and my mom a ring for it out of it. And then we took my grandmother's ring and cut it in 2/3 and 1/3, and I gave my sister my grandma's ring and my mom my grandma's ring. So my mom has both parents' rings, and then her only 2 kids have a piece of both grandparents' rings.
That's awesome.
So just I mean, a lot of people don't care about that stuff,
And you
and a
have
lot of people do.
taken 2 rings before and you melted it down and combined into one.
We had a
That
lady.
was like sentimental. It was like her parents' ring.
Her parents had passed, and she had both of their rings, and then she wanted her ring sized up. So we took her parents' rings and melted them down into an ingot, which is a block of gold, and then put it in the mill roller, rolled it out into sizing stock, sized her ring up with it, and then gave her what was left of it.
Wow.
So she got her wedding ring size with her parents' wedding rings. Once again, some people do and some people don't care.
I
about all
love that though.
Yeah, it's cool. It's. So,
I mean, if you have it sitting around, it's really not. The cost.
It's not worth
isn't what
anything.
People probably think it would be.
Right.
It.
Yeah. And if you have that stuff and you really don't have an idea of what to do with it, bring it to y'all and talk about it. And, maybe Jody can come up with, hey, we can make this into 2 rings, or we could take this and make it into a pendant, or,
Yeah.
whatever.
So see, Sandy, it's not all about going in there and buying Jesse a new ring.
however, you can do that too.
Thank you, Jody. Yeah.
So
Awesome.
No,
good deal.
Good stuff. Come see us. We would appreciate it.
It sounds like you're coming back.
His coming back.
Y'all will both come back eventually, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
in a few months.
Okay, but I have a question for Chelsea. I actually have 2 questions, but for Chelsea. So is it as bad as you thought it was going to be?
No, it's not as bad. I do think Jody, though, listening to him and watching him, he seems like a natural. I think he really has that radio voice.
Jody has that I don't care.
Would it surprise you if it's been going for like an hour and 14 minutes at this point?
No. What surprises me, I'm not saying it.
But I mean, it's,
I kid.
so you would come back.
I would come
yeah.
back. Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, good.
That's,
Good.
Yeah.
that's been what everybody said. Nobody has actually
Said no.
came back yet. But
Well, we've not asked anybody to come back yet. We still have too many new people.
well, we've asked everybody. We just hadn't.
I'm definitely
just
going to
hadn't
be
scheduled.
here when Jody and Michael come to talk about trucks.
Can
Oh,
you
yeah.
tell us why?
It's going to be interesting.
Look, where she's sitting right now, I think me and Chelsea and Jennifer
And
will
then,
be.
and then we'll need to bring up the time that Jennifer was like, Michael, just put bullet hole stickers over these spots. Yeah. Want to set Michael off? Say that.
Salt in the wound.
Oops.
What a friend you are.
So generally what we do, I thought about not doing it just because y'all gave us kind of like some sentimental stories on the job, but there has to be a funny story since y'all purchased and been in the
Oh,
business.
actually, there is. So we're obviously terrible business owners when it comes to. So we've already left the front door locked.
So the way that works is, I said, like, it was Christmas. We were decorating for the Christmas thing, and
For the Christmas open house?
yeah.
Okay.
So we were like doing the stuff in the windows, doing the Christmas tree, and it was all of us. The girl, me and Chelsea, the 2 girls, were in there doing our thing. Then we had to clean up this huge mess that was in there. Anyway, and then setting all the deals in the window. I walked outside, checked it. Anyway, come back in, and clearly I didn't lock the door back because I was doing my other job, and my phone rings and it says Heber PD, and I was like, that's weird. hello. And she was like, it was dispatch, and she was like, your alarm's going off, and we have an officer on scene, and there's a lady that walked in your front door of your building, and I was like, I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah.
So somebody walked in.
Yeah, so
Yeah. So it set the alarm.
set
off.
the alarm off, and listen, when I was doing the remodel in the front of the building, I set the alarm off in my ear.
So in like one day he set the alarm off, and then he went to the back door and he was waiting for me to bring the key, and almost got attacked by a dog.
Yeah,
Like he was a hot mess that morning.
couldn't hear nothing. It was yeah. It's been it's been it's been fun though. Like really,
That's really been the only like real funny incident.
Yeah.
I
It
can
could have
say.
been bad.
Yeah, I'm like, well, we're obviously killing it with the safety. You can tell we live in Heber Springs,
I'm not sure
right?
that's measurable. That's not, you can't say that's bad. It is what it is. Like, she couldn't, I mean, she was an honest lady. I never got to meet her, but you know, the cop was like, hey, like she was like freaking out. She was like, I swear I just walked through the door. Like I didn't take anything. And of course, you know, it's all camera, you know, we have
Right.
surveillance, whatever. But he was like, it was kind of funny though, because like she was like I didn't do anything. It's like, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Like it's,
You're good.
yeah.
It's good stuff.
It is
It'll
what
just
it
keep coming.
So Mike's a little late.
What did he say?
He said they do have some really nice knives.
He is late.
Yeah.
They are cool though. They're all handmade, hand forged in the U.S., which I think's cool. I think it's cool to carry made in the U.S. stuff, handmade stuff.
Oh, for sure.
You know, like we brought in the Able purses. I would love to find a leathersmith that would wholesale to us like men's wallets.
And we
bifolds,
actually
trifolds,
have
checkbooks.
really tried to find some more men's stuff. Like we reached out to a company that has like men's wallet and belts, and they're apparently a very well known with men and light, but they wouldn't accept us because we're not a sporting goods store.
Yeah.
But we are really trying to get some more men's stuff in there.
Yeah, and like it's crazy because I reached out to, I don't know, 3 or 4 like local knife makers, and I say local within like Arkansas. And no one wanted to do any kind of like wholesale. No one wanted to do any kind of like bulk. Like I wasn't asking for anything for free. I get it's going to cost more if it's man made, if it's locally made. Like, but how cool would it be to have like someone's name that's local in the local, you know?
But that is,
Right.
but mentioning local, we do have a local artist, Mary Bailey, who puts art in our store. And she does amazing pieces. And
Yeah.
some of them are framed, but like, you know,
like
you can,
painted or
yeah.
oh,
photos?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can find like pictures and videos on our Facebook page. But she does paintings. And she's from, or not from, but she's in Heber Springs. And
Yeah.
so she drops off paintings. And we've got several in the store, probably 7,
Yeah, it's probably
8.
7, 8, something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And if you needed it framed, you could go down to Nisa's frame shop and get it framed.
framed.
Some of them are, and you know, you have like the swans, and then you have like the river scenery, and so it's a bunch of different.
And y'all have those clocks.
We
Oh,
do
yeah, the
have
Seiko clocks,
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you call them?
Seiko clocks.
I thought he said psycho.
No, and they're really popular. People love the music and the movement in them. So yeah.
They're nice wall hangers.
Yeah. Well, just, throwing stuff out there. People, you don't just do jewelry.
We really don't. I mean, we do. That's our main focus, but
Sure.
we do have other
Yes.
options. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if anybody knows anyone that's a leathersmith, I'd like to talk to him.
Yeah.
Coolio.
Because we got the knife situation figured out. Since we couldn't go local, we got a guy out of Florida that does them. But they're cool. Like,
I would have to believe for the local guys, because I mean I've actually talked to a few of them about getting knives, and typically if you want one made, they're weeks out.
yeah,
So the thought of keeping up with my individual orders that I have, but also trying to get you 10 to put in your store,
could be a lot.
I just can't do that many.
Yeah.
Kinda.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But guys, I've enjoyed it. Thank y'all for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks.
We glad you got over your nervousness. And it's not near as bad as you think, is it? I mean, it's
No.
I told you it's the four of us sitting in the room, five of us sitting in the room, just having a conversation.
No, it's not
No,
bad.
it's cool.
No, we'll come back.
We'll have to start at 6 though if we're gonna talk trucks next time.
Yeah.
in the morning.
But y'all go follow our Facebook page.
Yes.
And
Yeah, for
we're
sure.
always open to any ideas or suggestion of products, and we're definitely looking to get some new stuff for the next coming up year, and keep on revamping the store.
Well, I would highly recommend anybody that's not been in there
Oh, yeah.
for them to come and just go and look.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's saying you have to buy anything.
just
I
window
mean,
shop.
we're right
Yeah.
down from Jitterbug and Stream. Get a coffee and come see us.
That's what we did.
But there
Yeah.
are probably going to be some people from out of state that see this. And I mean,
Yeah.
if they see something on your Facebook page, can they contact you and you ship it to
Absolutely,
them?
yeah. We have people all the
Ship it.
time message us on Messenger. We check it constantly, so we'll get it, and we can work out details. We can ship.
Oh, good.
Like I said, we still have time before Christmas to get stuff and put things together. So if they have ideas, hit us up.
Yeah.
We'll try to make it happen quickly.
And there again, not just jewelry, knives, paintings, clocks,
Purses.
bags. Yeah. So
Yep.
definitely worth going in and looking and just say, hi, seen you on Facebook Live.
Yes.
Yeah,
know.
friends.
And definitely come see us Jingle Bell Shop for some good giveaways and all that good stuff.
And you
Yeah.
won't regret meeting them. They're good people.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Probably depends on who you ask.
I was just going to say they're funny.
He's so
They're funny.
negative Deb over here.
No, he's
But they're both pretty smart at, at what they do.
Well,
Clearly.
the thing is like if we don't know, we're gonna tell you we don't know.
And we're gonna find out
Right.
though. We will
But,
figure it
like,
out.
We'll figure it out.
You
Real
gotta
estate
start.
one-on-one. I don't know, but I will find out.
That's right.
You gotta start somewhere. I
I
mean,
know a dude.
that's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And if he don't know, he knows a dude.
That's right.
yeah.
We got connections.
That's it. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
That's it.
Exactly. All right.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
y'all
guys.
so
Have a
much.
safe trip home.
Thanks
Yep,
for having us.
Appreciate y'all.